Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about the philosophy of loadouts for starter ships. Now in this video I'm going to be using a Mustang beta, but the information should apply to most other starter ships. The first category I'm going to cover are weapons. So in my opinion, the best overall weapon for starter ships is the GT series ballistic Gatlings. Now the reason I think the ballistic Gatlings are the best weapon choice for a starter ship is they don't really have any downside other than the fact that they have ammo. This problem doesn't really even affect starter ships, as you'll probably have to repair before you have to rearm, and if you die, it's pretty much an instant claim anyways. One thing that's important to remember about ballistic Gatlings is not all sizes are created equal, and I have a chart here showing the different sizes 1 through 4, and the GT series only covers size 1 through 3, and then there's a random ballistic Gatling that covers size 4. And what's important to notice is the ammo count and the rate of fire. The size 1 and 2 have almost twice the ammo as the size 3, and they have a slower rate of fire, which will allow you to shoot for quite a bit longer than you can with the size 3. So here I have a slide that shows the total amount of damage you could do if you were to hit every single shot with the particular gun. To me, it's pretty evident that the size 1, 2, and 4 are just significantly stronger than the size 3. And this is often why when I'm flying a ship that runs size 3 weapons, I'm not using ballistic Gatlings, I'm using another weapon. Plus, who doesn't like the sound of burr? The next category I'm going to cover are shields. Now most starter ships have 2 shields, some only have 1. If you only have 1, I'd recommend a Palisade. If you have 2, I'd recommend a Palisade and an FR66, or just 2 FR66s. The reason I think the FR66 is a good shield is it has a pretty good shield pool and great regeneration. The Palisade is good because it has a high ballistic absorption rate, big shield pool, and a decent regen rate. Now let's talk about power plants. Now choosing a power plant is pretty simple. All you're going to want to do is go on Urkel, put in all the other equipment that you want, and then as long as you have enough power to power everything when it's toggled on, you're good to go. Now there is some things you can do to refine your emissions, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But for the Mustang, I'm either going to leave the roughneck in or go with the white rose. Coolers are similar to power plant in the fact that you just basically want to put all your other equipment in, make sure your ship has adequate cooling, but then there's some things you can do to refine for emissions, which we'll talk about in a little bit. As far as this build is concerned though, I'm either going to leave the stock hydrocell or upgrade to the snowblind. Now the last category I want to cover is stealth or emissions. So when selecting components with stealth on the mind, it's important to remember that your ship will have a base IR signature, and lowering your EM past that is not going to make your ship any more stealthy. It is true that some of the IR comes from the power plant and the coolers and your weapons and your shields, but most of the IR is coming from your thrusters, and that's fixed to the hull, and you cannot change that, at least now. So here you can see me replacing the roughneck with a white rose and the hydrocells with snow blinds, and after that you'll see that when I'm not charging my shields or shooting, that my EM and IR are balanced, which means that I'm as stealthy as I can be. That's going to end this presentation. I hope that if you're a new player to Star Citizen, this was helpful and insightful, because I know it can be difficult to decipher all the different stats, and this is not a complete guide, but more of just a starting point. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of the day, or evening, or morning.